Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got Greg, Lucas, Waz, and myself, Liam, so far tonight. Mr. Maddie will be joining us later on during the questions, probably, but we'll see what happens there. If you are new to the podcast, make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. Hit like on this video and comment down below. Get involved with the conversations we have tonight. Ask your questions, give us your thoughts on the podcast, all that good stuff. Down in the description, you'll find the links to all of our social medias, as well as the link to tonight's sponsor. Big shout out to the guys over at Manscaped for yet again sponsoring the 90th minute. With Christmas just around the corner, get your presents bought, get your stocking stuffers. They got a wide range of fantastic products that help you below the waist. The Lawnmower 3.0. It's got the ceramic blades. You will not cut yourself. This is Waz's new favorite device. He swears by it. Not only is it ceramic blades, they said you won't cut yourself. 7,000 RPM motor. It's waterproof. You take it in the shower with you. And there's a light. There's a fucking light, Greg. Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a light down there.
Sometimes
it helps a lot. And it's honestly, Manscaped is a fantastic gift for anyone, for the man in your life. But even just for a kind gesture.
The small things. Get the ball deodorant, the ball preserver, and
get it for
the
your
ball
dad.
reviver. A little spritz. Get it smelling good again.
My friend, he recently just bought the body wash, and he loved it. So, yeah, no doubt. And they also ship to Australia. So if you're, from the down under. And you need
Australia, all across Europe, and North America. So pretty much our entire fan base, our viewer base, they ship to you. Check out manscaped.com and use code 90th at checkout.
Here,
yes.
I gotta say, it's not just for your balls. You can use it for your body. You can use it for your butt. It's your choice. If you need something shaved, it's the right product. And, I've used different shavers. I've used different razors in the past. This one's the best I've ever used. Trust me.
It is very good. I have used it. It is very good. Like, I know I got a DM going, are you guys just using Manscaped because they're giving you money? No, honestly, the product is really good. We hype it up because it's a really good product. And their prices are affordable. They're well made. They're well crafted, all that good stuff. But yes, like I was saying, use code 90th at checkout for 20% off plus free shipping.
Also, fun fact, they have a foot duster. So they have deodorant for your feet, which is great for us footballers. So there you go.
But yes, code 90th at checkout, 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Let's get into football.
Well, I just want to say, because we all have that one teammate who has just the dankiest feet in the room.
The dankiest feet. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's get
shout out to the guys over at Manscaped. Thank you for sponsoring the 90th minute. We greatly appreciate it. The Premier League, we're kicking things off there, of course, we always do. And what a big match to start it off. The North London Derby. Big shocker, North London is white. Big shocker there. I don't think anyone predicted otherwise.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty predictable going into the match based on watching Arsenal's previous handful of matches. What happened there happened here as well.
Yeah, and watching Spurs. There's just a clear difference in the two clubs right now.
Let's talk about this match first off, and then we'll get into each club because there's lots to talk about each team and what's going on them respectively. The North London Derby does end 2-0 for Tottenham Hotspur. Some great goals in this one. Heung-min Son's goal was one of the best goals of the season.
Beautiful.
100%. He's about 25, 30 yards out, curls it back post. I mean, we all saw what was about to happen, but it was like, is he actually going to hit this? And he's like, ooh, yeah, that was perfect. And second goal was Harry Kane. It was a great counterattack.
Harry Kane to Son and Son to Kane.
Yeah.
It's just the classic duo right now.
Yeah.
They've probably been the best duo in the league.
100%. The counterattack was great for Spurs. They won the ball back in the middle of the park. They moved forward. It was a 4-on-2 before it found Harry Kane. He rifled it off the bar down kind of thing. It was a little bit of Bardowski there, bud.
It was beautiful. I mean, yes, bringing some Canadian slang, but yeah, it was a fantastic finish by Harry Kane. Classic strike. Bar down.
That does put Harry Kane as the top goal scorer in North London Derby history, so that's quite an achievement. There's been some great players that have gone through on both sides of that derby. But let's talk more about the game. Unfortunately, I only got to watch the first half of this one. So you guys can take it away in terms of how the game went.
Well, and so the reason why the second goal happened, though, was because Thomas Partey did get injured, and he was on the sidelines when that happened. So, and of course he did get subbed off right after that.
And with that happening, Greg, he was like walking silence because he couldn't run. Arteta was like looking at him. Then he saw the counterattack happening, pushed Partey back on the field. Partey tried to run towards the play, but then he pulled up once again. And I thought that was just terrible by Arteta.
He reacted to a counterattack happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really rough for him these past while now, so he's just...
I do want to get into discussion about Mikel Arteta because his future is definitely on the hot seat. But, for Tottenham Hotspur, a fantastic win at home for them. Of course, they had fans back in the stadiums. The Premier League had fans back for the first time, and it was fantastic to see and hear them all. We'll talk about that throughout each match, but Spurs are looking damn good.
Jose's got this team going.
I really like Tottenham right now. They're scoring good goals. They're being offensive. Their midfield is strong. Their defense is rock solid at the moment.
Great right now. Jose knows what he's doing. He's got them solid. Honestly, Serge Aurier has been great, actually.
I mean, you look at the 11 and you go, their quality is more up front. Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, all those players. At the back, Eric Dyer's doing a good job. Sissoko's doing a good job. Serge Aurier is doing a good job. Højbjerg's been brilliant. He doesn't do anything, but he's great at the same time.
Højbjerg's probably been one of the more underrated players in the Prem this season.
You don't notice him, but he's just there pulling strings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I guess you could say they don't really do that much attacking Spurs realistically. There's a point
they don't need to.
Attacking is clinical.
They don't need to because they score when they do attack.
It's there's a point towards the end of the first half. It said the last 5 minutes of possession, it was 92% Arsenal, 8% Spurs or something in the last 5 minutes.
As that graphic was on screen, was when they went and scored their first goal. They just counterattacked. Okay, here we go.
Second goal.
Was the second maybe? Okay, yeah.
Second
goal.
They
literally just they went, okay, let's just go forward, let's counterattack, and they have such great pace on those wings. It's perfect. It's a perfect setup Jose Mourinho's got going on right now.
And Harry Kane is honestly just one of the best players in the Prem right now. Just going deep, getting the ball, putting it out to those pacey wingers, like you said. And honestly, it works out.
If Kane keeps this up, I think he might win Player of the Year. If you just look at his stats alone, he's got 10 assists and 8 goals.
Yeah.
I think Sorry, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it's 11 assists and 9 goals now with this match. I think.
Oh, maybe it's just an update, but yeah, exactly.
Are you using the BBC as well?
I'm using Google. I'm not. I'm not that
pretty
behind.
sure he's up to 20 goal contributions now.
That's insane.
Jeez.
Yeah,
but no, honestly, it's great.
But if we focus on Arsenal's side for a little bit, I know we'll get into Mikel Arteta heavily. I think I didn't watch the first 20 minutes, but I saw portions of the first half. Thomas Partey looked like he was trying to make something happen. He was actually I saw more from him trying to dribble past defenders, make breaking line passes compared to Arsenal last 5 matches. And then when Arsenal actually did a good play where Lacazette played behind Byaern and he passed it across and Aubameyang didn't really do much with it, which was right before the counterattack. I thought that was a good play by them. But once Partey came off and the second half came by, you saw the same thing. I know Hugh Wizzy calls it the wok, W-O-K, the frying pan. That's their passing style. It's just start at the middle, go sideways, up the wing, backwards, sideways, diagonally, up the wing, maybe cross, maybe go backwards. Never through the middle. It's just round.
Yeah.
Because I don't like their formation that they're playing right now, in all honesty, especially with 2 defensive midfielders really in the middle. They're, like we've been saying, there's no creativity there. So they try and go down the wings. And against a team like Spurs right now, who's so good defensively, that's just not going to work.
And you'd expect guys like Xhaka and Ceballos who have decent passing range to actually make forward passes, but for the most part...
Does Granit Xhaka really have decent passing range?
He does.
Granit Xhaka is well out of his depth. He's well out of his depth.
Well, he's not physically up to the league standards for top-level teams right now. He's not fast enough. He's not decisive enough right now. He doesn't want to take any risks. And then Ceballos. I thought this guy, when he was when he was winning the under 21 Euros with Spain. I thought this guy's going to become a star player in the future, but this man doesn't seem like he's into the Spanish tiki-taka style playing forward. No, he just plays it sideways, backwards. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But is that Dani Ceballos or is that Arsenal?
I think it's Dani Ceballos because when Thomas Partey was on the pitch, at least he was actually trying to make stuff happen going forward.
Also, just a quick note. If you're Thomas Partey, how much do you hate your summer? You just left the team who's now top of La Liga to this.
One of the most shambolic teams in the Premier League this season.
Yeah. Let's talk about Mikel Arteta. Because that's a big talking point.
Sorry, before you get onto that, one more thing. I thought Lacazette was actually pretty good. What he was doing, of course, he didn't score the goals.
I'd say he was better than what he normally is.
Then that's kind of what I'm getting at. How about the best Arsenal player on the pitch? Because it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, he was tracking back, actually trying to help the team. It seemed like he was actually trying. He actually made a really good pass to Aubameyang in the second half, and then Aubameyang didn't do anything with it. But, like, I thought he was actually doing okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of players you can throw under this bus, but Liam wants to move on to Arteta. How about we start with what he said after the match?
I mean, he said there, you can throw people under the bus, but you have to question who's driving the bus, because the bus is not going anywhere very quickly.
Well, what did the bus driver
say? It's going off the road.
He said, "We played a way that I believe we had to play this game. You look at all our stats. They were in our favor. But at the end of the day, it's about putting the ball in the box."
Okay, so I assume he's referencing the 62% possession he had in the first half. You know, he's saying, okay, we had the possession, we had the touches, we had the passes, but to be honest, Mikel Arteta, you've done nothing with it. I mean, your best player is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. A, he's not getting service, and B, when he is getting service, he's not scoring it. Lacazette is very hit and miss. You have a 70 million rated winger who's not even playing at this point. I don't know where Pepe is.
Red card.
Yeah, but even when he's eligible to play, he's not, and he's not doing anything when he's on the pitch.
And you have Willian, the biggest fraud I've seen this year. Oh,
Willian's just passed it.
But then again, we knew that. We all knew that he was past it when he was at Chelsea. They let him walk out the door because they didn't need him anymore. So Arsenal goes, oh, we'll take your table scraps.
The thing is, they only let him go because Willian wanted to leave because they didn't offer him a 3-year contract. They only offered him a 2-year contract. And Arsenal offered him a 3-year contract, and he's now just at a retirement home right now.
Yeah. What about Gabriel, too? Gabriel's actually been pretty good. He's got 2 goals. Both those goals, you actually just can't blame him at all because they're not on his side, like, of what really should have happened. Like, I don't know.
Did you know that Arsenal have only created just 210 Premier League chances under Mikel Arteta? The only teams to create less are his since his appointment are newly promoted sides or have been relegated. Thank you, Statman Dave, for that. But yeah, the statistics are not looking very favorable in Mikel Arteta's favor. This team cannot create chances. That's what's killing them.
But we have to say then. See, okay, when Arsenal got Mikel Arteta, Arsenal fans they thought it was like the biggest move they've ever had.
At first, it was a good move.
They got this guy who was under Pep. He seems like he's the new Pep Guardiola. He's revolutionary. He's an ex-player. He knows the club. But even we all said that.
But it's also, just for example, when Ole came into Manchester United through the season, right, Man United was, the players were, like, Pogba was insane right then at that certain time. Is that what happened with Arsenal when Arteta joined? Just all the players are playing better, doing better.
Is Mikel Arteta the right man for this job? Should he get the sack?
Well, he's not going to get sacked. That's simple as that. He's not going to get sacked.
The team's 15th.
Doesn't matter. Sometimes it just isn't the matter. Who are you going to replace him with?
There's got to be There's definitely people.
Pochettino? He's going to end up going to Real Madrid.
He's not going across North London. No, but you think Maximiliano Allegri's not in a job. He could do a damn much better job.
You think he's going to want to go to Arsenal right now?
Yeah.
I mean, but he's a name that you could toss around. I mean, there's names that have to be talked about. And I think it's not right that people are not putting Arteta on the hot seat when Ole is constantly on the hot seat.
No, I agree with that.
They're doing the same shit job.
I mean, United's actually getting results though.
The difference is United has a better team.
A much better team.
United is a way better team.
But
Bruno Fernandes.
With Arteta though, like earlier, like during the beginning of his tenure, we did see some good signs from his side. They were actually playing some good football. But then as the season went on, they played more defensively, and then the beginning of the season and throughout this entire season, we just see no good ball progression from them, lack of chance creation, and it brings you to question, why is he playing like this now? What's going on?
And parts of that is me saying Aubameyang is not at it right now. A lot of, like Waz was saying, with those really no chances being created, Aubameyang was putting away those chances.
100%. They were
now that's not happening.
Last season, they were damn near a one-man club. I mean, Aubameyang was scoring all their goals, doing everything for them. So if you take Aubameyang out of the mix, or at least he's not performing at the same level, there goes Arsenal, and that's what we're seeing right now.
One open play goal, and that's from the first game of the season against Fulham.
Maybe he took his foot off the pedal because he got this new big contract, and now he's not putting as much effort, like we've seen with many Arsenal players in the past, where they work really hard for that new contract, and then once they get that contract, oh, okay, I got the money coming in guaranteed. Now I can just relax and, have some good games occasionally, but, play average. Don't need to work super hard. I'm living in London right now, living this luxurious life, driving my Lamborghini or whatever.
Well, Lucas, I have a question. How do you rate David Ornstein?
I mean, he used to be really reliable with Arsenal, although recently he seemed like occasionally misinformed.
He did reply to someone on Twitter. He says Chris said his tactics were a lot better than Arteta's. I assume they're talking about the previous manager. Like, what are the likelihood of Arteta getting sacked, David? Please tell me they are sacking him. He responds, no likelihood, and rightly so in my opinion. It's strange.
I mean,
okay. With Arsenal in 15th right now, there's no way of them coming back and getting top 4. That's already out of the equation.
I don't know. It's still early.
So this season, that's out of the equation. That's out of the equation.
Well, let's just right here. It's only 8 points technically from 15th to 4th. It's not that far. But are those top clubs? Are those top teams gonna drop points? Like United's actually been pretty good now.
They're only 6 points off relegation, aren't they?
Yes,
and Arsenal is 7 points.
I don't think they're going to get a relegation battle, which is absurd for me to even say. But the way I look at it is, Arsenal, you're not going to finish top 4. You're not going to finish bottom 3. So this season is a wash. Whatever, forget about it. You either stick with Arteta and hopefully he grows, so hopefully he gets into it, hopefully he gets better players, or you say, okay, get rid of Arteta, full change, get new bosses in, let's fix it, kind of thing.
The thing is, like, you could say that, but the way they're playing, it doesn't look like they're going to win another match this season. Although I don't know how they defeated United.
That's the thing, Lucas. It was because it was a penalty. They scored a penalty, and it was
their goal of the month.
No.
And United have United in the past, of course, have had trouble breaking down Arsenal. It's crazy to think this is the same Arsenal team that won the FA Cup. Like they're miles away from what they were.
Chelsea, who's
So I don't know.
We talk about Mikel Arteta. We talk about after the game what he said. He says he saw a team that was full of desire, passion, and dominating the game, creating all the chances, all the situations, but in the end, it was the end product. I disagree with that.
I don't agree with that. I don't think they did anything. Your end product
wasn't your thing. You had all right chances. I'll give you that. Like I said, I had a couple of chances. Aubameyang had a couple of chances. It was just there was no anything. There's no oomph. There's no passion. There's no fire.
I think we got to give it to Arsenal. Did play a better game than they have been, in my opinion. It's just they come into a red hot Spurs now.
Let's transition this into Tottenham, because we need to give full credit to Tottenham Hotspur and Jose Mourinho. He's taken over this club who, frankly, I don't think anyone really had as title contenders this season, and he's fully put them in that conversation.
Because last season was. They had the All or Nothing, the Amazon Prime documentary crap. They had Harry Kane get injured. They had Son get injured. Mm-hmm. They had Lloris injured. They had multiple injuries. Yeah. Jose came in, didn't get to bring in the players he wanted, and it was that season they got Europa League. Yeah. I'm sure they're happy with that and all. Not happy, but like they'll take that. This season, he got his players in. He brought in Højbjerg. Like, I mean, Gareth Bale. But
Reguilon's been a great left back for them.
Yeah,
I mean, to have Gareth Bale on the bench is great. Like you said, Højbjerg, what a signing that's been.
Yeah, and he's showing the league and everyone else that they mean business right now.
And I know Spurs, Jose doesn't play the most attractive football in the world. I mean, it's been more exciting than usual, I think. But at the end of the day, he's just the type of man you want to get points. He will get you results. It was
trophies.
It was working at United to an extent, and then things
But I think at
went
United,
to hell.
United, the board at United wants what they want. When I watched the Amazon documentary, I thought Daniel Levy he trusted Mourinho. He believes in Jose Mourinho. He goes, I'll give you what you want. You tell me, I'll make it happen. Because that's how a football club runs. The board, the chairman, the Glazers don't know what's the best thing for Manchester United. It's the man who's running the club. So Jose Mourinho, he gets his players. Like you said, Gareth Bale, Højbjerg, Reguilon. He gets these great players around him. He gets Heung-min Son full fitness. He gets Harry Kane full fitness. He gets his system. He gets his defense solid. He gets his tactics put in place. Tottenham are a title conversation. It happens that quickly.
Okay, well, I think that was a good conversation between these two.
We should probably move on.
But
I like Tottenham.
But to talk quickly,
last thing, Spurs are title contenders right now. 100%.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
I like them.
But there is people that doubt that, though. And that's the thing.
Those are what we call bastards. Okay, Greg. Bastards.
One thing to mention: there's a guy who tweeted Augsburg is Jacques' level, and then Augsburg retweeted that tweet with a quote and said, "Respect us."
Fair enough, Augsburg. Let's move on, though, to Mr. Liverpool, because you had a good result.
Oh, I love this game so much.
That was a very exciting match.
Go ahead.
It was fun to watch.
Say the famous 90th minute line. Go ahead.
What's the famous 90th minute line?
Yeah, what's the line?
Come on, you already said it to us in the group chat. You know what it is.
Lucas, you sent it to us.
4-0. 4-0. 4-0.
4-0. 4-0.
Except you can't put it in hashtag AM9 in there.
Hashtag Bobby Firmino.
Hashtag Mo Salah.
Yeah, it's Mo Salah today.
I knew this was going to be a good game because the fans were back. And I got so emotional hearing You Never Walk Alone sung by them for the first time in so long. Mm-hmm. And then just them singing the songs during the match.
It's the best song in football. Don't even talk to me.
Yeah, if you're on audio, Waz is just putting some weird faces on right now, but
whatever.
Shrugging it off.
Oh yeah, I got quite emotional. Even the commentators got emotional while the singing was happening, and it definitely helped. Klopp was very passionate after the match, saying just how much he loved the fans being back, and the players seemed like they loved it too, because they were after a small early spell by Wolves and a save by Keller. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Keller or something.
Keller.
Yeah, it was a fantastic
save. I didn't know how to say his name. I'm like, when the game started, I asked Lucas, who's this child in net for you? And he's got a clean sheet now, so congratulations.
If Podence scored that goal, that would have been so disgusting.
Real saucy.
Yeah. But, of course, Liverpool, after that brief spell in the beginning, Liverpool won and just went like classic Liverpool. It was just great to watch. Some great attacks, some counter-attacks, some great strikes.
You got a little lucky. You got a little lucky on a couple of the goals.
Well, first goal, of course, Connor Cody. I don't know what was wrong with his chest honestly. On that play.
Yeah.
Connor Cody had a bad afternoon.
Yeah,
Connor
he's
Cody
been great too for Wolves. So it sucks to see him have a mistake, and it feels bad. Of course, he's the Liverpool fan, right? So,
but then he tries to cheat.
But
I mean,
that was disgusting.
Yeah, he goes down in the box under a Sadio Mane supposed kick, and Jordan Henderson and Andy Robertson looked like they were going to square up to the ref. I was like, "Oh, boys, calm, relax." But no, they were right. The box came out, and it was overturned.
Yeah.
Gini Wijnaldum scored a fantastic goal from long range.
No yellow card given for the dive.
That was weird.
Yeah,
I
found that
blatant.
Weird.
I mean, here's the thing. If there was any little bit of contact, it would have been a penalty, though. So
That's the thing, but you could clearly see that it didn't touch.
Yeah.
I found this quote actually about VAR. It's kind of relates to the Connor Cody situation. It was from a guy named Jim Beglin. Lucas, do you know him?
Yeah, he was a commentator
Jim
in
Beglin's
the
a very
match.
famous commentator.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't pay attention to the names of the commentators. I'll be honest. Like VAR or not, it has served to encourage players to go down when touched, not necessarily fouled, and yet everything is weighted against the defender. It's a diver's paradise, and the current balance is unfair. Penalties are way above season averages. So many, so soft. So true.
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
And
when you slow things down and you see it in slow motion, they look a lot worse than when they do it in normal speed.
Because it's almost as if I fall, there might be a chance we get a penalty, you know? So.
There was one that was very questionable, which I didn't like in a game we'll talk about later, but...
But like
Lucas,
Liam mentioned, Wijnaldum's goal
Gini
was very
Wijnaldum,
nice.
Great goal.
Not even that.
But
Gini
Connor Cody
Wijnaldum-
again. Connor Cody's backing off, getting him space. I mean, you got to step. You got to close down eventually.
I was going to say, Gini Wijnaldum had an amazing game. He was running that midfield. He's so energetic. And I'm pretty sure he's played almost every game for Liverpool and for club and country in the past 5 weeks.
Yeah, he's played 11 straight matches.
Built.
If Liverpool don't have Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson in that midfield, Liverpool are very, very different. Those two run that midfield.
You're
In
not
some
wrong.
occasions, yes, but in other occasions, I'd argue
even
you're
try
not
me,
right
man.
with that. But let's not delve too much into that.
I'm never wrong, Lucas.
You've been wrong on plenty of occasions. This is why I listen to
Never.
Lucas, if anything.
Never wrong. Joel Matip had a great header.
Oh yeah, what a pass by Mo Salah and Joel Matip, more goals than Anthony Martial in the Premier League.
The way Martial's been playing, that's not hard. What ice cold striker?
We'll get to United.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And then Nelson Semedo scores an own goal after a fantastic cross by the newly returning Alexander Arnold. A lot of players are coming back for Liverpool, which is great to see. We need that depth back. And
Well, I don't know
Especially
about
for this
that.
Christmas time, yeah.
I don't know
Of
about
course.
that, Lucas.
Well, we didn't even... Virgil was there.
yeah.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Lucas, I
little
don't
goatee
know
thing?
about that. I don't think you want a fully fit Liverpool squad.
Why?
Because the last time you had a fully fit squad, you lost 7-2 to Aston Villa.
Well, we won't have a fully fit squad. Virgil's gone for the season.
Yeah, Virgil's out for a while.
I'm just okay. Then you'll be fine. So
Yeah, we just don't have the best defender. Yeah, that's
So
okay.
Wolves are sitting currently mid-table in 10th. They're still, they're not that far behind top 5. They're not far behind, falling even further down the table.
They've just been
They're-
wishy-washy this season.
Yeah, they're very
they've been
mid-
wishy-washy
clicking.
and they've been unlucky, obviously, with Jimenez. Also, our
But
thoughts.
they've got goal scorers. Podence can put in the ball. Pedro Neto
Greg-
can put in the ball.
Greg, let me fucking talk. Just thoughts and prayers to Raul Jimenez because he apparently his career could be on the line because of his
honestly,
fractured skull. Yeah,
it's not a very good injury. I mean, we've seen Petr Cech with similar ones, but
luckily he was a
Ryan
goalkeeper.
Mason as well.
yeah, it's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mason, his career did end, so I hope we don't lose Raul Jimenez. He's a fantastic goal scorer. The Premier League needs him. Football needs him. So yeah, like Wazzy said, all the best to him. Which match should we move on to next?
Well, let's quickly go to the Sunday
Let's look at
matches.
Sunday.
We'll finish.
So Leicester City scored a
Yeah,
last-minute
Sunday
goal
matches.
to defeat Sheffield United from Jaime Vardy.
Love this. I loved this. I absolutely loved this goal. Let me tell you a couple reasons why.
I
First
love
and
the
foremost-
celebration.
I'm getting there, Greg. First and foremost, though, the former Sheffield Wednesday, the boyhood Sheffield Wednesday fan, just saying "fuck you" to the Blades, and I'm going to score a goal in the 90th minute.
He really did.
The
though,
pass
yeah.
through from James Maddison was fantastic. It was perfectly weighted, thread the needle, great goal. The finish by Vardy, he had the pace to get past the center back. He opens his body up, puts it far post. Fantastic finish. And yes, the celebration is peak Jamie Vardy, and I absolutely love it. He's like, I'm just gonna
It's not just
take
peak
out
with
the
Jamie
corner
Vardy.
flag.
It's not just peak Jamie Vardy though. It's
Oh,
also
it's-
the fact that it's the Blades.
It's the absolute banter that is Jamie Vardy. Like, chat shit, get banged, mate. Like, it's great. I loved it. It was so good.
And after the
But yeah,
game,
2-1 victory.
on the game on Instagram, Clutchy posted something, and Ndidi responded. You know the speaking of pigeon in Nigerian?
No, can you explain more?
Well, it's like a Nigerian dialect, I think. Pidgin, Pidgin.
Okay.
It's kind of like, it's a little different. Like, Ndidi said, corner flag, way Vardy break. And then Kelechi responded, "Nah, corner flag of you people." So it's kind of like a bit. I don't. Anyways, Vardy responded to them, "No be me
Explain.
do am."
I don't understand.
Okay.
What happened?
I don't
Is
understand.
anyone else confused?
Okay. Yes.
Why did you bring it up if you don't understand it?
I-
It's like me finding quotes in Norwegian.
Why-
I'm
why-
not going to bring them up.
Why are you like?
Because it's two
wait,
Nigerians
so
responding to each other in their dialect, and then Vardy tries to say it, and he just takes the piss out of it.
I'm just confused why Lucas would be like, "Oh yeah, you guys know like this." We're like, "No," and then he's like, keeps going, and he's like, "Well, I don't know it either."
Well,
Do you guys know this dialect in Nigerian? You know, Lucas, I don't. It's weird. I don't.
For any of our Nigerians, please help out Lucas. DM us, maybe take him, just give him some lessons on Nigerian.
And quickly to
To
mention,
get back to the actual match,
it's Crystal
well,
Palace.
Sheffield United are going to be upset because Sheffield United were very close to getting a point there.
I mean, but they didn't.
Yep, and they got another loss.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But yes,
Pretty-
talk about Crystal Palace because this was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher
They're
tied the match 1-1 in
going
the
down.
30th minute. 4 minutes later, Mateus Pereira got a red card. Some thought it was controversial because Harry Maguire did something similar last season, but this was a lot tamer than that, and Harry Maguire didn't get a red card for that. That's what I read.
You know. Ultimately,
Yeah.
Lucas, the only thing that needs to be talked about in this game is when Christian Benteke scores a brace against you, it's not a good time. It's no good. No good, senor. No good. Crystal Palace, they win 5-1 over West Brom. I don't think many people had this scoreline predicted before this match kicked off. West Brom? Yeah.
I mean, it looked like it was a close game until the red card happened, and then Crystal Palace just said, "I'm gonna score some goals." And
Yeah.
I know Zaha had a really nice goal, which he is capable of doing. So
Okay.
I like that the young guy that they signed, that Ez or Ease, how do you pronounce it?
Eze.
I like him.
he's
Eze.
good, yeah.
I like him.
Okay. But let's move on to the Saturday matches because some big ones happened, big results. Let's go to Manchester United first because it's just, they won 3-1 after being down 1-0 at halftime. Speak.
3-1! 3-1! That's why it was a great game. Actually, no, the first half was dreadful. Oh my
first half was-
days. When I saw that starting 11 for United first, I'm like, wait a second, where's Bruno? Where's Rashford? And then I heard they had a couple knocks. I'm like, it's okay, we got a big Champions League game.
They were saving him for Champions League.
Yeah, so we rely on Bruno very much, it seems.
Not just Bruno, who's the other one as
Or
well.
Rashford,
Marcus,
yes.
MBE Rashford.
But Bruno especially makes the whole team tick. Let's just talk about the first half. West Ham, they played great. It was exciting football from them. They were a threat every time they countered.
West
I mean-
Ham's just been a lot better.
I can't remember if this is the
They've
first
been
half
good.
or the
They've got
first-
some decent results over decent teams.
I can't remember if it was the first half or second half where Allaire just had that one chance in front of net and he just
It was
slipped.
first half, yeah.
And like, it could have
He
been
was on
2-0
that
at half.
Yeah.
But Jared Bowen was great this game for West Ham going forward. Fornals as well, Declan Rice. Suchek got the goal, but it was...
Jared Bowen missed an empty net, but yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
did.
honestly, Jared Bowen's been one of the, I think, more underrated players this season.
But I think you could just say that about West Ham in general.
I guess
Honestly.
David Moyes has been getting the best of the side, but yeah, it was. I'll be honest, that first half from United was just awful. I
watched it. I was like, honestly, this is just. I was like, this could be right here. It could be like one of Ole's last games in charge.
I didn't want to watch the second half because of that first half, but I was like,
Well,
I saw the subs. I saw the halftime subs. I'm like, okay, this could be
Here's
a
the
lot better.
thing.
Before the game, he goes, "We're only bringing Bruno and Rashford on if they're like must needs kind of thing." And I see them coming out at halftime. I'm like,
Halftime.
that's bad. Like,
Here's the thing. Usually, sometimes when I'm watching football in the morning, something I'll do is I'll go take a shower at halftime, and sometimes I'm in the washer for a bit too long, and I come out. It's like the 55th minute, and like, oh, Bruno and Rashford are already on. That's okay, interesting. And yeah, they just turned the game around, and it was fantastic play.
well, let's
although
go through each of the United goals.
the
Because
first
first
goal,
one, controversial.
it should have counted. I'm sorry. I don't know how they
It
didn't
should
slot
have
that.
or should not have.
Should not have counted. That was utter BS in my opinion. I'm a United fan, and I'm admitting that How does that stand? It was out of play.
It's because they didn't blow it down, and it's technically it's hard to tell.
What's the linesman doing? What is he doing? Look up.
Dude, David Moyes is pissed.
It was over his head.
Moise.
No, that was a bad call. I mean,
one thing I will say for if it did stay in, what a ball by Dean Henderson then.
Oh yeah, Dean Henderson. He played pretty decent, I'd say.
But there's no controversial discussion about the finish by Paul Pogba.
No. Right
foot bends it back post, fantastic goal. That right there is what Pogba is capable of.
Yeah.
Literally, right before he scored that goal,
quality.
I was like, this guy needs to come off this pitch. He's done nothing. He's not creating. He's not moving. And then all of a sudden he goes, goal.
I think what Paul Pogba loves doing is like scoring those, screamers, and other than that, what has he been providing, right?
He's got quality to him.
Although,
He actually wants it.
Paul Pogba did say earlier that when after he got COVID, it was tough to play. That of course. Mm-hmm. So I'll give him credit. So maybe he was feeling the effects of COVID in recent matches, obviously.
Yeah, because apparently I read that thread on Reddit. Apparently a lot of there's apparently a triathlon athlete who got COVID, and 9 months ago or something, and still they even when they go out on a walk, they have to stay in bed for the next 2 days because they're just so badly affected by it. So I can imagine this virus can affected some of the players pretty badly, and maybe some of the poor performance is maybe due to that.
I think we always forget about that. Though. Yeah. It is something we kind of forget about COVID and how it can damage the lungs and affect professional footballers especially. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, great play by Bruno to lay it off for Pogba. Fantastic finish. The thing is, Paul Pogba, we need a little bit more than just pretty goals from you. So, second goal, Liam. Great goal by Mr. Greenwood.
It was a great touch and a great finish.
Yeah. That first touch was world class.
And I think that was Mata who sent it off to him, who crossed it over. Oh, Mata is I feel like he's an undervalued player. He can't play.
Pass for the third goal.
My God. Mata, he's up there in age, but he can still make a pristine pass. So my days.
He's good on the ball. He knows how to make the ball.
He's a very intelligent player.
Look at Pirlo. You don't need to run to make the ball do the work. I mean, if you can think ahead, you can use the ball and let the ball do the work.
And then final goal, Rashford.
Nice finish, of course. Always good to see on the score sheet. But someone we didn't see on the score sheet was Anthony Martial once again, and he had a lot of good chances. Well, not too many chances this game, but in general, in recent weeks, he's been flat. And it was his birthday too. You'd hope he had a goal for his birthday? No. And it's just.
What about another player that was brought off at halftime, Edison Cavani? Because
he's a bit unlucky to come off.
Because I feel like he just exactly that was kind of what I was saying. But you got to get Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes on.
Yeah, unfortunately, we rely way too much on Bruno, and this team needs to learn how to play without Bruno on the pitch.
Just every time that man has the ball, everyone on the pitch is moving around, ready for a pass.
I got a very debatable comment I'm about to make here. Is Bruno better than Kevin?
I think a lot of people
is he more influential than Kevin?
Well, KDB is the complete midfielder. He has, I've said in the past, strength, passing, defensive ability. KDB is just the ultimate complete midfielder. Maybe Bruno lacks a little bit, defensive capability and the physical side. But
what I'm gonna say about that is KDB's been in the Prem doing it longer than Bruno. Bruno's been absolutely fantastic. No one's going to take that away. Also, KDB has better players around him, I would say, over the years, too. So, it's hard to say.
I honestly can't think. I know you said this on a TikTok, I believe it was. But I honestly can't think of another Premier League player that is so influential for their team. I mean, I know Jack Grealish at Villa. There's a couple here and there, but Bruno Fernandes carries Manchester United.
Well, people they argue that. They're like, oh, but De Bruyne, technically, he carries City. He was out of the City lineup for a couple games. You saw how they kind of fell apart. But City still has the of Riyad Mahrez, Sterling, Bernardo Silva.
City was the league without De Bruyne one season.
Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. That's great.
That's exactly what I was trying to say,
Plus, Bruno also provides great leadership capabilities. And
Well,
I won't lie.
when Greenwood scored that second goal, I don't know if you saw Bruno, but he celebrated so hard during that goal. It was so good to see like the passion there.
Yeah, no, he loves playing for the club. And that's what we.
To be fair, when they made even Ole was very happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ole's well.
And one last thing are United title favorites now, or are people jumping the gun?
I think some people might be jumping the gun on that. I mean, we're somehow technically in the contention for it. Will we win it? Likely not. I don't know. I still need to see.
I don't know if you're title favorites. I mean,
no, I think
title race,
we need to see more consistency. We need to be winning games at home. I mean, away from home, we've been fantastic in the Premier League. I think 9 straight wins. Mm-hmm. So maybe if fans start coming back in the Manchester, I think in Manchester they're not letting fans back in, but I don't want to put us in that conversation just because I like to take it one step at a time. And in the past, whenever I have put us in that discussion, it doesn't work out. So
it's close. The top 8, I believe, right now it's all tight still. All teams have lost pretty bad games, but they're winning games too. So it's still very close.
So let's move on to someone who might be a title contender. Chelsea. They won 3-1 over Leeds.
Chelsea, Leeds. Okay, well, first off, like we say every week, Leeds makes a game exciting.
You're not wrong, Greg. You're not wrong.
They make it so exciting. You just want to watch Leeds.
Yeah, they inject life.
What opening they had to this game.
Yeah.
What a ball.
So, of course, fans are back in at Stamford Bridge, and it was crazy. And, of course, the man from Chelsea, Patrick Bamford, scores 5 minutes into the game. So it was
it was a great ball into him. He rounds the keeper, a great finish for him. He said the ex-Chelsea man, he does score against his former club. A great opening for Leeds, but Chelsea they grew into this match. I think they took a stranglehold on it.
First, and one thing I only want to say though, how many games has Mendy played now? 6 or so? Something like that?
Yeah, a few.
That was his second goal conceded only.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever mentioned Kepa again. Kepa's just out. He's done.
He's gone.
I mean, you also have to praise Thiago Silva as well in this, too.
He's been great. Yeah. Honestly, the Chelsea's really worked it out.
Thiago Silva has arguably been the best defender in the Premier League with Virgil gone. And
this season so far, I would argue, probably. Maybe there's some other guy you could argue as well. But Thiago Silva's definitely been great. PSG, I'm not really sure what they were thinking letting him go on a free, but I don't know everything that went on in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But Chelsea, they were creating so many chances in this matchup.
Before we get on to the best goal scorer in the Premier League, I want to talk about one of the more questionable goal scorers in the Premier League. What the fuck, Timo Werner? What the fuck? What happened?
He could have had 3 goals. He could have had 3 goals this match. He could have had
3 goals within a space of a second. He's cleared off the line.
He will never miss a chance like that again.
That was weird.
That was the easiest goal he should have scored, and that'll never happen to him again.
But Chelsea fans have been complaining recently about his clinical finishing. It's not really that clinical. He takes a lot of chances to score a goal, but this is something we've known for a while, especially
a
few years ago on the 90th minute. Remember when I used to check the Bundesliga stats, and we always look at Timo Werner's shots and just laugh how many shots he has compared to the goals he scored.
Mm-hmm. I think out of all the money spent by Chelsea this summer, Timo Werner had the most pressure on him to come to the Premier League and be fantastic. People thought he was going to be world class when he moved over.
I don't know if it was
Werner. He's been good. I think he's been good.
I think Kai Havertz had more pressure.
Good. I don't know.
But also, how I see it, he doesn't need to be that good right now. The amount of firepower on that Chelsea squad is insane.
Well, Giroud's missed a lot of chances too, though.
I mean, Giroud. Okay, let's talk about that.
He's the best goalscorer in the league.
The man is insane right
criminally underrated.
I can't think of another player who is as dangerous in the box than Olivier Giroud right now. I mean,
he played one Premier, but yeah.
Or in general, you put that guy in the box.
Yeah. heading. He can score with both feet. He's big. He's physical. He's good.
And I remember on our podcast last week when we were talking about Chelsea, we were just talking about how Tammy Abraham was doing nothing in the game. Like, he wasn't doing anything. And then, but you see what Giroud is doing this game. Yep. Running around, non-stop moving, getting into open space, creating space for other players. He's a
very experienced striker, and I mean, he's just
he reminds me a lot of the thick Ginge, honestly.
He's obviously losing with confidence right now from, the 4 goals he scored in the Champions League, so...
There's a reason he was starting for France in the World Cup.
There's a reason
such a
he
reliable
scored
player.
so many goals for France. He's one of their top goal scorers.
Frank Lampard just continues to always, I remember last season, Giroud wanted to leave in January, and then he gets denied his last day transfer move, I think, to Lazio because they refused it, and Giroud was pretty mad. Then later in the season, they played Giroud for most of the matches towards the end, and he played very well. But then this season came, he wasn't playing that much. Deschamps was getting annoyed. Giroud was getting annoyed, was thinking about his future with the January window coming up. And then Frank's like, all right, Giroud, go play. And Giroud's like, look now, Frank.
Okay. Scores 4 goals in the Champions League, and then he has to play the next game after. You can't not play that again, right?
Well, I mean, you'll see the starting of Christian Pulisic now on the wing because Hakim Ziyech did go off with an injury after he assisted the 1 goal. So we'll see the severity of his hamstring injury. It was good to see the fans back at Stamford Bridge. They made some good noise. They cheered on Frank Lampard. They were making fun of one of the center backs for Leeds, which I love to see. He dove and they yelled at him for the rest of the game. It was great.
Yeah, I missed the dive, so I was confused why they were chanting at him so weirdly.
Well,
it was a bad dive.
He ran into N'Golo Kante's middle finger and it went down as if he'd been shot in the head. Yeah. And nobody will ever make fun of N'Golo Kante because he is God himself.
Also, another man, just quickly to say, this is a Chelsea squad firing right now without Kai Havertz really doing that much.
Kai Havertz and Werner have really been disappointing so far for me personally. But it's okay because Chelsea's playing well.
I mean, yeah, they have a price tag on them, but I'm not gonna say, they've been terrible signings.
But all I'm saying is once they get firing,
they will.
Oh,
they will.
God,
they will.
Well, we'll see. Werner's never been a clinical player. He takes a lot of chances to score goals.
Yeah.
But at Leipzig, he got a lot of chances, and at Chelsea, he should get a lot of chances.
He should get a lot of chances. Yeah.
But
he will. I think it will turn around for them.
Is there anything else, or should we move on to the last 2 matches to discuss?
Just discuss the last 2 matches. Real quick,
so City, they defeated Fulham 2-0. Greg, thoughts?
I'm happy we only lost 2-0.
Could have been a lot more.
I mean, considering City destroyed Burnley, who's a pretty good defensive team, as we know, 5-0 last week. I'm very happy with only a 2-0 loss. The penalty was weak, in my opinion. But it's just how it is right now.
There was a play where Anguissa was surrounded by 6 City players or something, and he just got by them so easily.
Yeah, I'm afraid someone's going to come try and take him in January.
Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa.
He's 100% been our best player this season. He's very good, actually.
Yeah. And also City.
To finish off Saturday.
Sorry, just quickly. City, they made no subs in that match.
Yeah.
And then in Wednesday, in the Champions League, where they have 5 subs, they made 1.
Yeah, when Pep's complaining about the rule and then doesn't make any subs, it's kind of
I actually just hate Pep Guardiola. I hate him.
Pep, apparently, someone told me Pep is trying to, test his player's stamina or something, but with, so many matches coming up, that seems very...
Who saw the thing where it's so Pep didn't make any subs, so they put, the starting 11 of Pep's, unused players in this game. It's, Aguero, Bernardo Silva... Phil Foden, Fernan Torres,
they got their bench. Their bench was Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Torres, Fernandinho, Foden, and Garcia. That's an okay team right there.
They would all start for Fulham.
What my point is, that team will be again in the Champions League. That entire team will most likely play the Champions League game.
Yeah, because City got an easy Champions League group, so they can rotate their squad pretty.
Doesn't City always usually get an easy Champions
League? Yeah, what's up with that? Anyways, yeah, last match.
Sheikh Mansour.
Let's finish it off.
Yeah, Burnley did get a big point.
They need that point. They're 18th.
I hate it. Thank God Everton actually, Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored at the end. Like, thank God. But...
Dommy.
I didn't watch this match, so I don't know really what happened, but...
I don't really know what happened. All I know is Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored very late in the game. I was actually asleep with the game on, and I just hear the goal.
Greg, it was the 45th minute he scored.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, that's because I was asleep and I woke up.
Yeah, the match was 5 a.m.
halftime.
It was that.
If I remember right, it was just Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the 6-yard box where he scores most of his goals, and he put it in. I mean, you give credit to him for being in the right place at the right time and being there to tap it in. But yeah, most of his goals are just tap-ins. But we love him. He's our favorite.
Okay, top goal scorer right now.
It's not my favorite at all.
Yeah.
No, he's your favorite.
Tomorrow we have a good match with Brighton versus Southampton. But also Newcastle, Aston Villa, that got delayed because Newcastle's having problems.
Because Newcastle died.
So
Newcastle had a small COVID outbreak.
We hope for recovery for them, and hopefully they won't be impacted.
Yeah, we'll see how that is for next week, too.
So. Yeah.
If we look forward quickly to next week... the Manchester Derby.
Oh.
The Manchester Derby is there. Also on Saturday, you got Everton versus Chelsea. That's a great game. We have Fulham hosting Liverpool. Good job, Fulham. Hope the best there.
Good luck,
and Leicester City Brighton. That could be a good game as well.
Shut up. We'll kick your ass. The one thing quick is Leeds West Ham. That will actually most likely be a very good game.
Oh, that's Friday. Awesome. I thought it was at 5:30 a.m.
How do you feel about the Manchester Derby?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be a huge game. United right now somehow in 5th with 19th. City are in 6th with 18th, so it's going to be a very...
You are at home, so you'll probably lose this.
Because this is what I heard with the Champions League, with the City things. They didn't do their subs so that they could completely rest their key players in the Champions League game for the Manchester game, is what the point was, is what I heard.
What if they lose that game to Manchester United, they're never going to live it down.
No, you're not, because that'll be another victory under Ole against Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
And Ole's had some good times, except for that one time in the Carabao Cup. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, Liam.
Where should we move on to?
We're talking about Celtic.
Already? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to skip a lot of things that we usually talk about because it's already been over 50 minutes.
Yeah, we were on there for a while.
So we're going to talk about Celtic and then maybe Barcelona if Matt gets here in time.
Okay. Ultimately, Celtic are bad. I've said this for a couple of weeks now. It doesn't change, though. Because we draw. We have drawn St. Johnstone 1-1. We scored very late on. Mr. Mohamed El Yunusi came on and scored with his first touch. I don't really care about the game. I don't care. Because ultimately, we are now 13 points behind Rangers. We do have 2 games in hand. So the league is not completely lost. It's only 99% lost.
I feel kind of bad for you, but at the same time,
don't feel bad for me. You know what you feel bad for was? You feel bad for the fans who paid full price for season tickets this season. Celtic sold 65,000 season tickets, full price. Fans knowing full well that they're not going to go into a stadium this season probably to watch a match with their own eyes. They're going to be on TV. They pay full price season tickets. Then they pay extra on top of that for the Celtic TV app on their TV so they can watch the game on TV. And then they get their chairman saying the fans are spoiled. The fans are the wrong. They're spoiled. They're entitled. Celtic fans are entitled and they think they should win every trophy that's handed to them. These are the people who are paying for your £1 million salaries, Mr. Lowell, and like it's. I am so tired of this board. Neil Lennon still has a job somehow. Like it's so bad. It's so bad.
You're not wrong.
After the match, he goes, can I turn it around? Yeah, of course I can. Will I get the time to do it? Well, I've already been told that the club are with me and the results are driven, but it's results-driven business, and at the minute, the results aren't what they should be. Well, the results haven't been what they've been for months, and you still have a job. So I don't know what this man has to do. This man could just walk off the stadium at halftime and also probably still have the job the next week. I don't know.
But in the Europa League, you did blow a 2-0 lead very quickly to AC Milan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter.
Lucas. I didn't expect to have a 2-goal lead. That was like a weird shift of universal properties, and somehow we were 2-0 up in the San Siro.
It also
did not
just
make
doesn't
sense
matter
at all.
It just doesn't matter.
No, we were already out.
But
Bullshit.
AC Milan did win
Bullshit.
today, but we won't really mention much Serie A because we're on strict time.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to talk about no more Europa League.
We're not really
sad.
going to cover the other leagues too much today.
Can we talk about one game? There was a 3-3 game involving Bayern Munich, Lucas.
okay, we'll quickly talk about
And
that.
Leipzig. That's kind
Bayern
of a big
Munich
game.
Leipzig 3-3. That's a huge game.
Yes, I did
I mean, not
watch it,
only
yes.
did Bayern Munich drop points, but I don't think they were the better team in this.
I think it's tough to say. I think both. It was a back and forth affair, and I think I want to say a draw is fair.
Thomas
do.
Muller's playing good. Thomas Muller's playing really good right now.
He's been playing good for the past couple of months.
I'm not saying he's not.
Jesus.
I'm a big fan of Thomas
We're
Muller.
talking about Bundesliga. I mean, Giovanni Reina scored a banger for Dortmund.
He
Great
did
goal.
score a banger.
We're just briefly going over the Bundesliga. We have gone. We talked about the Premier League for a while, so
Yeah.
and we don't want to keep the podcast going for too long. So we have questions to answer as well. Is there anything else you want to go over with? I have a few things I want to mention.
Barcelona lost. Good for them.
Schalke lost, though. Don't forget that.
Matt will
Yeah,
come
Schalke
any
lost.
second now, so he can quickly talk about Barcelona.
He won't. He won't. But quickly, they did lose.
Good news. Jonathan David scored in Ligue 1. That was good against Monaco, so it was good. Actually, good finish. And
AC Milan are still top of Serie A, undefeated. Ow!
Any second now.
I just text him to come, and he arrives, just like that, magic.
But
He's
yes,
saying something.
AC Milan did win 2-1 over Sampdoria. Napoli won, big one. Where's Juventus? They won 2-1 over Torino. Quickly, Rasta. Quickly. Barcelona. Give it to me.
I really want to talk about
Just
Barcelona.
leaves.
But before we go into questions, I just want to briefly just talk about it's not going to be a very long discussion at all. I'm just going to mention some of the games coming up next week with the Champions League. Some big games. Atalanta, Ajax is happening. Whoever wins that game, it will be second place in the group. They're Atalanta 8 points, Ajax 7 points. Sevilla and Chelsea are through, so that doesn't matter. Club Brugge, how do you pronounce it? And Lazio, I think they're going head-to-head, and once again, that can decide their placing in the Champions League. Huge game, also. Barcelona, Juventus, Ronaldo versus Messi, the last dance between them. Hopefully not.
It's a big game, but both are already going
Yeah.
through, so it's...
And group... But group
yeah,
A,
was
group
you know
H.
what the big game is.
Group H, United, PSG, Leipzig, all tied on 9 points. United play Leipzig. Once again, huge
Leipzig just
decider.
went toe-to-toe with Bayern.
Yeah, and hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but don't worry. I think we are trying to plan a live stream for Tuesday on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
A watch along. Come join us. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and hopefully
Quickly,
we can,
Rasta, give me a rundown. I need your rundown.
On what?
What do you
Barca.
think?
We need to. I just went through Celtic. I need you.
Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with this recording, bro, but it's cutting out mad.
Okay, enough of the Barca talk. Also, really quickly, before we hop into questions, Gladbach, Group B is Shakhtar, Real Madrid. Real Madrid could be heading to the Europa League.
Come on,
So,
knock him out. Knock him out.
Inter could also get... It's a very tight group, so watch out for Group B. All right, time for questions, finally.
Okay, I'll kick things off here. I got some questions. Thank you for all your questions on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. All of them. We greatly appreciate them all. But,
If we don't get to your
First and
questions,
foremost-
we apologize.
yes, first and foremost, the first question is, what is the most robbed team of a trophy in history? The Netherlands. The Dutch.
The Dutch is... It could be considered there, true.
They've been so close so many times.
they have been,
And
yeah.
yet so far away.
I'm going to argue that Bayern Munich in the Champions League final in 1999. Obviously, United went into trouble that
Bayern
year.
Munich is one plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, if you watch
I
that
think he was
final,
more going to a team that doesn't win.
No,
Doesn't win.
Greg, no. What I'm saying is that Bayern actually dominated that match until the final of minutes where United just stole the game. Bayern deserved to win that final, honestly. So they basically got robbed.
You could argue Liverpool in the Premier League up until now.
I mean,
There was
you could
a moment.
you could say Leverkusen that one season where they lost, I think, the Champions League final, the DFB Pokal final, and the Bundesliga on the last day of the season. So you could say they were robbed of at least one trophy.
Yeah.
They're known for
I
they're known
give-
to
I
be
give a
called
shout to the
Neverkusen
Dutch.
for a reason.
That's true.
Yeah.
Until Rasta came in.
There's actually who's the one Portuguese side that's cursed? They
Benfica
can't
in the Europa in any European final.
Yeah, Benfica, yeah.
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 They are literally
Atletico
actually
Madrid. Atletico Madrid in 2014, they were also minutes away from winning the Champions League. And
I'd
then
say both finals.
Real Madrid
Maybe
scored.
Real Madrid deserved to win the first one, but the second one, Atletico Madrid were the better team and lost in a shootout.
Yeah.
I just have a couple. I know one team I also have is I always somehow find a way to bring in United, but United in 2012 and Aguero scored the infamous goal.
I mean,
What do you mean? They fucking
fair.
deserve that, bro.
Yeah.
That's life, dog.
I mean, we were both tied on points. Fuck off.
This is a personal question here. The next one.
Also, I want to mention, the Jules Rimet trophy, that got stolen. Actually,
That was, the
So-
original World Cup trophy. Got stolen in Brazil.
Fair enough.
so
Fair
I mean,
enough.
thanks for that, Waz.
It's okay. It's okay. You already missed Lucas speaking was a Nigerian to us.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Yeah. No. Lucas
Yeah.
spoke Nigerian to us.
that'll be a TikTok,
It was-
I'm sure.
it was
So
pigeon.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, who would you rather play in Serie A or the Bundesliga? Dun 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 dun.
Syria.
can I be honest?
I
I'm gonna
think
go with Serie A.
Bundesliga is a fantastic play style, though.
I say
I love
if it was
Bundesliga.
the 80s and 90s, I would say Serie A because that's when it was at its best. But current day, I would say Bundesliga.
I would prefer to play Italy just because of the weather.
Yeah, I don't really want to play against Bayern Munich, to be fair, so I'm going to have to etch
or
that one.
Holland.
Or Haaland. Well, I don't
What
defend,
about
so it's not
Cristiano
like something I have
Ronaldo,
to worry
though?
about.
What about Ronaldo?
Again, I don't defend. What am I going to do?
Well,
But
You'd
is
rather
it,
play in Italy, though. But Italy's a lot better defensively.
Doesn't mean I'll be coming back.
are we talking about like right now, like current?
I don't
Yeah.
care when. I'd still play in Italy just because of the weather.
Waz
Sorry.
also brings up a good point.
Yeah,
Living in Germany is also just probably a better quality of life than living in Italy.
well, probably. But when you've got
But
that
at
money
that
playing
point-
as a footballer,
Yeah. At that point in time, you're rich as fuck, so it doesn't really matter. But
I'll choose Germany.
Germany.
I'm being honest. If I go ahead, Lucas.
I'd say but in if I said in the 80s, 90s, I'd definitely choose Italy. Like I remember seeing a picture of they only had a 3 foreign player limit at the time, so you had Mateus, Klinsmann at Inter, you had Gullit, Van Basten at AC Milan, you had
Yeah.
Zico at Udinese, you had some of these legendary players at some small clubs.
Yeah.
That would be great to play in that time, but of course nowadays, I'd choose Germany.
I think Holland back then had some of the biggest legs in football history. Just Google a picture of his legs.
What would be your
Why?
dream? What would be your dream World Cup final for 2022?
Hi, I got this already. Argentina, Portugal, Messi versus Ronaldo. There you go. There's no better final than that.
I don't know about that.
I thought Poland was coming in as soon as he was like.
I'm trying to be semi-realistic.
I want France in the final because I think they deserve it.
might as well throw in England then.
I mean,
Full send.
No.
I want to see the boys bring it back home against France.
I don't want to see that at all. I'm gonna say France versus Brazil.
I'm not wrong. That would be fun
That'd
to
just
watch.
be a really entertaining final.
That's debatable because usually most finals are very boring.
It's also got the highest potential for being very disappointing, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd probably say that one or Brazil versus Argentina. Have a Neymar Messi final.
Yeah.
Because Neymar
Yeah,
wants
all
to get that
South
one up on
American,
Messi, but Messi.
I'm sorry.
Wants that World Cup for that legacy.
Nothing beats Argentina versus Portugal. Ronaldo Messi, the last dance. Come on. It doesn't get better than that.
It would,
It would be really
If I
good.
hear this guy say the last dance one more time, bro. My shit.
The thing is, France already has.
When they call Michael Jordan.
Uh,
I took I took that personally, man.
But no, France are making the final. Guys, remember the World Cup curse. They're gonna get knocked out in the group stages.
Yeah.
No.
Tell
we'll
Mbappe
see.
that.
I'm gonna move on to the next question, who was asked by some guy named
Actually-
itswoz. I don't know who
Oh,
this guy
sorry. Yeah,
is.
go ahead.
but,
Go ahead.
What's your favorite football movie?
Hold on.
What is none of the above? They're all shit.
And screaming.
Goal is quality.
Dude, they're all so bad, man.
Kicking
Nah,
and
man.
screaming.
Goal
is
is fantastic.
Goal is not good.
They're all so bad. Come on.
Matt, are you saying you don't like a good kicking and screaming? Come on.
I mean, but is it really a football movie? Is it? Like,
The
be realistic.
Italians.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Like, shit, man. We might as well be talking about Bend It Like Beckham, bro. That's
I was gonna say Bend It Like Beckham.
Actually, my favorite
Remember
football
the scene
movie,
where
though.
Beckham was walking across, like, what is it? The Pedway. And, like,
Oh, I
you
remember-
know
I
it
remember
wasn't
that.
David Beckham because it was just some random white dude. It was
Yeah, I watched that in religious.
Movie's
I watched
so
that
bad.
in.
What
I
about
watched that in
this
religion
legendary
class.
film? It's called Air Bud World Pup.
fuck you. Have any of you guys seen the Netflix Pele movie?
I have. It's pretty subpar.
It's so bad. This guy was bicycle kicking. Well, mangoes? What the fuck was he bicycle kicking? He was like biting him off of trees. It was weird.
But my
Good
favorite
watch.
football movie is without doubt the movie United. It's about the Busby Babes and the plane crash in Munich and how they kind of rose above, and it was a beautiful movie. I do suggest any United supporter check it out. Any neutral, check out the movie. It's very emotional. It's
I will
great.
give it to you because it's a decent movie, but of course it's your favorite, isn't it? Of course. Obviously it would be your favorite, huh?
I'd probably say do documentaries count? Because I've watched some good
Yeah,
football
I guess.
documentaries. Like I watched one about Leeds
mean-
United winning their the first division title the season before the first Premier League. Also the Maradona documentary is
that-
apparently insane.
That stuff would
about, like,
definitely be.
Films though, because documentaries are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would be like up there for me, but
No, one movie you need to check out is Mike Bassett, England manager. You'll laugh your ass off.
My lord.
So
The next question I have, this is a question Lucas chose. If you ask this question, thanks, I guess. What footballers have the worst tattoos ever?
Oh, man.
Ederson, with smiley
Yeah.
face.
Ederson. I just don't like neck tattoos and shit.
Oh,
I mean, I don't mind a neck tattoo as long as it's not a fucking big yellow smiley face.
what about
Standing there.
Perotti's tattoo on his neck, where it's just a football boot and a ball?
Like, I don't want to hate on Messi's tattoo, but that one leg tattoo he has, man, is absolutely shocking, bro. It's just black.
Yeah.
It looks like he fucked something up and he's like, yo, we just got to cover all this up.
What about Dybala's weird band?
That's not bad. It's just plain. It's not a shitty tattoo. It's also not a
No,
great one.
no, hold on. Let me think of his name. Oh my god, why can't I think of his name? Ex-Rangers player. He has a smiley face tattooed on his hand. He scores, he has a smiley face. What's his name? Oh, hold on, I'm gonna find it because it's a terrible tattoo.
actually, Arto Boruc has a very shitty tattoo. He has a monkey on his belly button.
Dude, I know what the worst one is. I want you guys to go ahead right now and search up Leroy Sané's back tat.
No, I want you to search up Arto Boruc's belly button tattoo.
No, and I don't really
No.
want to stare at Arthur Boruc's belly button tattoos, but I can guarantee you guys want to see what freaking Leroy Sané's got on his back. That's a shocker.
What does he have on his back?
He's got a picture of him.
Oh my god, that's something you would do.
Man City Stadium.
You actually would.
Like, it's so bad.
What?
Marco
wow.
Marco Materazzi seems like he's playing Bejeweled on his biceps.
Daniel De Rossi.
Oh, Daniel
De Rossi
No, that
has
is
the
the
warning
best.
slide
That's the
tackle.
best. That is the best football tattoo ever, bro.
It's
There
terrible.
is no tattoo he could get that would symbolize himself more. I was about to say,
Terrible
if
tattoo.
we got to the end of this, that's one of the best ones ever, bro. No.
No, that's
Um,
terrible.
That's a sick tattoo.
What about
gotta
Mauricio
give it to him.
Pinilla? Do you remember the shot he took in the World Cup where he hit the post against Brazil in the 120th minute?
Yeah, and
he
has
got a
tattooed
tattoo
on
of
him,
that.
yeah.
I mean, is that better or worse than Sane having
his
himself
worst
celebrating on his
ever
own back?
moment. Yeah, there it is. I thought it was an H. It's not. It's Jason Cummings. He's got a terrible tattoo. It's the Joker smile on his hand, and it's a terrible tattoo.
Isn't that
I
guy
just
a
hate
worse?
him. No, I just hate
Well,
him.
probably. He's got
just
one of
the
those
worst.
fucking hand tattoos, bro. Most of those guys are.
He's a Rangers player. They're all bad. I had one actually from Instagram. Let me find that quickly.
Oh, here's a question from YouTube. Do you think Felix is overrated, and do you think he will live up to the hype? João Felix. I think he's been playing very well this year. And
I think he's been very good.
He just won Player of the Month
he had
in
a
La Liga.
disappointing first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been very good. He's starting to be on the uprise again.
Question quickly here from Instagram. We already talked about this a little bit, but what are your thoughts on Borussia Mönchengladbach and how far do you think they can go this year?
If I can be honest, I think they could be a dark horse in the Champions League.
If they can get out of the group, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, Thuram has been playing phenomenal for them. Playa as well. Elvediz, Zakaria. They've been one of those teams that have been slept on in Germany, especially too. I feel. So I think
Yeah,
they'll be
honestly,
great.
like they are a good team. I mean, Wazinho had them flying there for a while.
But I mean, yeah. Aside from my career mode with them, they're actually really good in real life. So
No, they have been.
they've been getting good
Is
results.
there anything else we need to talk about, or should we wrap this
Any
up?
more YouTube questions or no?
YouTube. There's maybe one more, but let me see. Best player to touch the ball. So
Okay.
Let's
No,
end the podcast.
that's we'll answer that another time.
I don't know what you want me to say about that.
I don't think that was the question. I think that was in terms of our Maradona saying that he's the best player to touch the ball.
Okay.
Oh,
fair.
that's fair enough.
Good point. Yeah.
He would be my answer anyways.
Anyways, Liam, you want to
Let's.
roll at the right
Yeah,
marker?
let's wrap this up. Yeah, for sure. I mean, before we wrap it up, make sure you do remember to check out the links in the description for manscaped.com. Remember to use code 90th at checkout for 20% off, plus free shipping. Christmas around the corner. Get your gifts, get your purchases for your family members. Check out the 90th Minute on social media. Links are also down in the description. Remember to subscribe and hit like on this video. Comment down below. Give us your questions. From all of us here at the 90th Minute, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another week in the beautiful time, and we will see you next week.
In the beautiful time? In the beautiful
Time.
time.
Is that what I said?
Whoa.
In the beautiful week.
You
We
said-
will see you next time.
The beautiful time.
It's a beautiful time out here,
man.
boys.
Beautiful time.
It's a beautiful time to be alive.
It's a beautiful life.